Welcome to session 6 of Synoptic Gospels at ACOM. This session, you're going to explore the teaching and parables of Jesus. Jesus obviously taught a lot of people on a wide range of topics. Sometimes he talked in a straight up and down way, such as the Sermon on the Mount, where he is talking about how he envisions the way things should be. Other times he talks in parables, stories that are intriguing and teasy, and they draw us into ways in which we hadn't thought about before. Sometimes the parables are short and pithy, and sometimes they're quite long and need quite a long explanation to understand them. Jesus usually used everyday things to help explain what he's talking about. Relationships between fathers and sons, husband and wives, cooking, hospitality, eating, farming, things that people understand. Parables are intriguing because, unlike regular teaching, parables often have no closed-ended answer to what the story is about. Parables often have multiple meanings. They come at us from different ways, and at different stages of our lives, certain parables can interact with us in different ways. Perhaps the parable of the prodigal son illustrates this best. At different stages of your life, you might emphasize or understand the older brother's position better. Or perhaps at a different stage of your life, you understand the younger brother's position. Or perhaps you're in a place in your life where you really feel for the parent who is separated from a loving child. Parables can tease us in ways that stories and illustrations that normally can't. As you unpack this session, think about what Jesus is trying to achieve with these stories and parables. He's not just telling them for interest's sake. He's trying to shape the audience, push the audience, move the audience. Why have the authors included these stories and not others? I'm assuming Jesus taught multiple times, and yet the authors have only selected a certain amount of stories to include in their Gospels. What are they trying to say about Jesus with these stories? As you read, reflect, think about where these stories sit. What's happening in the narrative of the Gospel? What is the author trying to do as they build up the picture of who Jesus is?